Hi everybody, it's the Wounded Foot. I wanted to appear in front of the camera briefly so I'm not just a disembodied pair of hands holding up movies. I already talked about my VHS collection. I want to move on to the DVDs, which are right over here. I pulled out all the ones I wanted to talk about. And here we go, just gonna scroll through them all. Here's my little George Romero section. This copy of the 4-disc Dawn of the Dead's really beat up, but I got it at a pawn shop for $2, so I can't complain. That's the Godfather's Amanda, that little slim case right there on Blue Underground. It's about Jacopetti and Prosperi, the guys who directed the Mondo Cane series. The Heroin Busters is a cool Enzo Castellari action film with a awesome Goblin soundtrack. House on the Edge of the Park is an all-time favorite. Getting into the Italian section. Doing that Anchor Bay Beyond tin. And let's see what we got over here. I have a copy of Day of the Dead signed by Laurie Cardille. She was really cool and friendly when I met her. Here's The Candy Snatchers, which is way out of print even though this DVD came out a few years ago. It's a really cool, rough 70s exploitation film in which a group abducts a girl named Candy, hence the title. Here is a cool little cheapy DVD, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things and The Undertaker on His Pals, on Diamond Entertainment. Cool artwork here, both awesome films if you've never seen them. Here is a Region Zero Pal DVD. Vergara Diodato's Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man. Really fun, absurd Italian action film. If you're a fan of Italian films, and especially if you're a fan of giallos, you should go ahead and get a region-free DVD player, because then you can enjoy stuff like this, which doesn't get an American DVD release. I acquired this at the same time. This is Death Carries a Cane. Pretty cool Italian giallo. You may recognize it as Tormentor on Wizard Video. This one's pretty cool. There's boobies on the back of that one, so I'm not going to show it. YouTube doesn't like boobies. I have those two Grindhouse Experience DVD sets, and a lot of people complain about the quality because they're all VHS rips, but I say beggars can't be choosers. There's a lot of rare stuff on these sets, and yeah, just buy them used. They're not that expensive. There's stuff like Strikers, Slavers, Deadly Jaws, Shark Hunter, Phenomenal and the Treasure of Tutankhamun, Raiders of Atlantis, The Children, Savage Man, Savage Beast, Raw Force. Some of these I've noticed are cut, but a lot of them end up being uncut, and it's cool if you don't want to try to acquire a lot of those rare tapes. All the films are in there. I think Trip with the Teacher is on this Drive-In Cult Classics, but I haven't watched it. Blue Sunshine and God Told Me To are two of my favorite 70s horror films. I have two of those Universal Legacy collections, The Invisible Man and Creature from the Black Lagoon, because those are my two favorites. Love Carnival of Souls. Here's my little black and white old horror section. The Monster Maker has one of the most happy endings I've ever seen in a horror film, and it was directed by Sam Newfield, who I believe is one of the most prolific film directors of all time, with something like over 300 films. Here's my little Asian section. I have lots of stuff on Tartan Asia Extreme. Tale of Two Sisters is really good. Doppelganger was cool, not really a horror film though. The Booth is about a haunted radio DJ booth, and that movie was pretty awesome. Haven't watched Long Dream or The Host. Ichi and Versus are awesome. Here's some classic 80s horror down here. Chud, Return of the Living Dead, Friday 13th 4, Sleepaway Camp. I believe Reanimator was the first DVD I ever purchased. If you like slashers and haven't seen The Prowler, awesome Tom Savini effects for that one. Here are some of my Asian films that I wanted to talk about. Legend of Dinosaurs and Monster Birds, a Toei kaiju film from the 70s. This DVD is a bootleg and it came out before the Tokyo Shock Media Blasters version. And whoever did this did an amazing job. The art is great. The film looks amazing. It's got an awesome funk rock soundtrack, and there's big dinosaurs and monster birds killing people. So if you haven't seen this, go ahead and look it up if you're a fan of big old monsters. Here's Split Second Murders, directed by Herman Yao, the guy who directed Untold Story. A scene like this never happens in the film. Not really a horror film, but pretty good nonetheless. Bought it because of the awesome artwork and wasn't disappointed. Here's Kung Fu Zombie, a cheapy little DVD, easily acquired at places like Walgreens. Very ridiculous kung fu film with guys kicking coffins at each other and hopping zombies who are more like hopping vampires, you know, putting the paper curses on their heads and stuff. Really cool. Moving on. Drink Your Blood, Basket Case. I have a lot of normal, average movies that everyone has. Toxic Avenger, Spaceballs. My little non-horror section here. Angel Heart's really cool. Like that film a lot. Hearts in Atlantis was really faithful to the Stephen King book. Like that film a lot. I never opened this Alligator People Lake Placid Swamp Thing DVD. Got it at a Salvation Army for like $2. I bought that thinking it was the original Omen and it's the remake. Still watched it. Was quite disappointed when I got that home. Here's a Canadian DVD of The Gate 2. It's got cool artwork. Not a bad film, but I like The Gate a little bit more. I have the Mystery Science Theater 20th anniversary set signed by Joel, Trace, Mary Jo, J. Elvis, and Frank. Love Mystery Science Theater. There's some little cheapy slim case DVDs, stuff like Eaten Alive, Crucible of Horror, Christmas Evil, Carnivore, Alien Contamination, Driller Killer, Drive-In Massacre, etc., etc. Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. If you're a fan of The Twilight Zone, Tales from the Dark Side, etc., go ahead and look this up. This is the set featuring the spin-off Man to Man with Dean Lerner. It's awesome British comedy, just flat out hilarious and goofy. This is a Region 2 DVD. Go ahead and watch those if you've never seen them. Aqua Teen, John Spunkmeyer short films. That's a really cool documentary about the Heaven's Gate cult. It's out of print. I'm big into UFOs too. Find it very interesting, that whole phenomena. Here's some mainstream Hollywood stuff, but you know, that's good every now and then. Irreversible, American movie. Hey man. Jaws, and Jaws the Revenge. I have the special edition of Jaws with the little book inside. Got some more bootlegs. Day of the Beast. Awesome Spanish horror. If you've never seen it, do it. It's one of the best horror films I've ever seen. Here's They Bite, which is kind of a Humanoids from the Deep ripoff. As you can see there, whoa, that's scary. But yeah, that actually has Ron Jeremy in it, believe it or not. It's really ridiculous. Here's Death Weekend, aka House by the Lake. This is a cool, rough 70s exploitation, revenge type of film. Here is The Last Shark, the notorious Italian Jaws ripoff. Love this film. It's awesome. Stars Vic Morrow and James Franciscus. And that's my DVD collection. So yeah, there you go. There are just a few more movies I'm going to talk about, and they're VCDs, so look out for my little VCD video. Yep, see you later.